Will she do it? Will she actually finally do it? Let's see. Nancy Pelosi has said that she would address on her party on Tuesday about sending the letters of impeachment, the articles of impeachment, I'm sorry. And she has not yet set a specific time or a specific date when she was going to send the articles, which is a necessary step in order for them to actually begin the process of the Senate trial. So let's read this from NBC News. Pelosi says she could send articles of impeachment against Trump to Senate as soon as next week. God, everything is so vague with this. Everything is. And my understanding is that they need the date that she sends over the articles. It's a necessary step. It has to be done. She has to give them the date, and then they can choose the managers, the prosecutors, the managers who will act as prosecutors against the president. God, I hope we get witnesses. I do. I mean, if you want truth, then you want witnesses, because we don't have enough evidence. We have too much, well, okay, I hear you, you're angry, you're mad, you're upset, you feel bad, this and that. I want more evidence. I want quantifiable evidence, something that can be quantified and looked at and explored, or heard, at least. Alright, let's read this. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi said in a letter to Democratic lawmakers on Friday that she will consult with them Tuesday as she announced steps to send the articles of impeachment to the Senate. The letter suggested that the House could name its managers who will act as prosecutors of President Donald Trump for the Senate trial and transmit the 2 articles of impeachment against the president as soon as next week. But Pelosi gave no specific indication of exactly when she intends to send the articles to the Senate, a step that is necessary for the trial to begin. Everything is delayed. Everything is rush, delayed. Hurry up and wait. Hurry up and wait. And wait. It's like those cars that you see every day that race to the red light. Yeah, you got to get there before it turns green. Get there before it turns green. Why are you racing to the red light? It doesn't make any sense. You're doing wear and tear to your brakes. People who drive like that tend to hog gas anyways. You're doing wear and tear at the Democratic Party, and you're hogging gas as far as the media, pretty much. I have asked Judiciary Committee Chairman Jerry Nadler to be prepared to bring to the floor next week a resolution to appoint managers and transmit articles of impeachment to the Senate, she wrote. I will be consulting with you at our Tuesday House Democratic Caucus meeting on how we proceed further, she said. God, man. Vague. Everything's vague. Even the charges, even the articles. We were told that we would get some pretty specific articles. And we didn't. We got some pretty vague, pretty broad articles. I don't know. I just need more evidence. I need more proof. I need more, what is going on. I'm not pro-Trump, and I'm not against Trump. I want to see. I want to know what happened, and I don't believe the House hearings to me felt more like people getting their frustrations out more than anything else. It was, I don't know, it was like the Salem witch trials almost. Someone pointed a finger and I saw an apparition, and everybody else, well, if she says she saw the apparition, then this person is evidently guilty. Now, will we come up with more evidence in the Senate? I don't know. We'll see. In an impeachment trial, every senator takes an oath to do impartial justice according to the Constitution and laws. And every senator now faces a choice to be loyal to the president or loyal to the Constitution. And yeah, I would hope they would be loyal to the Constitution no matter which way it swings, whether he's innocent, whether he's guilty, or whether it's more of something in the middle of, well, he's not really guilty of this horrific thing, but it was kind of a bad idea for him to say that or do that. That's kind of what I believe so far from the evidences that I have seen. But your opinion matters greatly in all this. If I'm thinking the wrong thing, then I definitely, want someone who has a better opinion to give me better evidence and say, hey, here's why your opinion is wrong. And that's cool. That's great. Dissenting opinions are something to be heard. Don't live in a bubble. It's like college. If you're comfortable in college, then you might be taking the wrong courses. If you're not challenged and your brain isn't sitting there like, wow, okay, wait a second. Let me do that one more time so I make sure I understand it because that was some interesting, crazy stuff. What the heck? Then maybe you're not taking the right classes. You're not challenging yourself enough. And the same goes with politics. Asked if she would submit the articles to the Senate next week, Pelosi told reporters at the Capitol, and here's the vague, we'll see. We'll see. This whole process has been, we'll see. We'll see. Well, we got to impeach him. We got to impeach him right now. It's so important to impeach him. Well, we got the articles of impeachment. Oh, we'll see. Let me see how the Senate trial is going to play out. Let me tell me what the rules are. Tell me what the outcome is going to be. Tell me how you're going to vote. And then we'll see if I send the articles. Will you send the articles next week, even though you told your colleagues that you would? We'll see. We'll see. Vague, 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 vague. Yeah, oh yeah, I love this one. In the letter, Pelosi sharply criticized Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell for actions that she said show his partiality toward the president. McConnell has said he has enough Republican votes in the Senate to move forward with his plan for the impeachment trial without the support of Democrats, which, if Pelosi is withholding the articles on purpose to delay the trial, then why not? Why not have the Senate trial? If Pelosi says that it is up to the Senate to now either take the side of the president or the side of the Constitution, then we all hope that they take an impartial look and they take the side of the Constitution. But regardless of whether they do it with the articles or without the articles, the result is the same thing. And if Pelosi is delaying it and holding the articles and holding on to them on purpose and won't send them, then why not have the Senate trial and say, okay, fine, if you want to hold on to them, it was so damn important to you that you had to do this so quickly because he is such a dangerous person, and we are taking your side. We are saying, okay, you believe he's such a dangerous person, we're going to hold the Senate trial as quickly as possible because, well, you held the House as quickly as possible, so we're doing exactly what you want, even though that's not showing that that is what you want. So you want it, and then you don't want it, and you rush it, and then you delay it. So I think they should. Without the support of Democrats, who have been demanding witness testimony, and with that, I agree with the Democrats on that one. I want witness testimony. I do. I feel robbed of being able to dig into something that means something. It's like a predator out on the Serengeti and he gets a bite of something but not the whole thing, and you're like, well, what the heck? We were told that we'd get these pretty specific things, and I haven't seen these specific things that were promised to me from day one, from Schiff reading that parody that he supposedly read. He lied onto congressional record, he lied. And then came out and said it was a parody, and everybody just brushed it off. Yeah, okay, yeah. All right. And that set the tone of the entire thing. From that point on, everything seemed lacking. So I do agree with the Republicans that, yeah, if it's so damn important to the Democrats, hold the trial without the articles. If they're going to hold them and they rushed it and they got to that point, then I would say, okay, we're doing the Democrats a favor because this is what they want. And no matter what, whether they send the articles or not, the result is going to be the same. Whether they have articles is not going to change the opinion of the Republicans or the Senate. Their opinion is going to be their opinion just because the House comes up with a couple pieces of paper that say, here's what we're charging him with. It's not like they're going to say, oh, I think Trump is this way. I think Trump is this way. Oh, here's this paper. Whoop, this piece of paper just totally changed my mind. I'm going to vote the other way. No, it's not going to change the outcome. The only thing that could possibly change the outcome is if we have witnesses. Witnesses. That's the only thing that will possibly change the outcome, or some new damning evidence that comes forth. Other than that, these 2 articles of impeachment aren't going to change anybody's minds. They're not going to change your mind. They're not going to change my mind. They're not going to change the Senate's mind. They're not going to change anybody's mind. They're just an official piece of going through red tape. Hold the trial, but have witnesses. I'm kind of a mixed bag on that one. I told you, I'm a moderate. I'm a centralist. I'm a little bit of this, and I'm a little bit of that. But I like to try to look at life from a realistic perspective. And Democrats just have lost the plot, in my opinion. Give me your opinion. Always give me your opinion. For weeks now, Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell has been engaged in tactics of delay in representing transparency. According to whose side is he representing transparency? See, I've always said it depends on whose side you are, on who the good guy is. Them and they. There's a good movie from, I believe, 1972, I think it is, and it's called Them and They, or Us and Them, or something like that, Them and They. But it's 2 tribes. One tribe has signs that hold up they. One sign that holds up tribes that hold up signs that say them, or whatever. And whichever side you're on, it's always the other side that is the bad side. It's always the other side that is not being transparent. It's always the other side that is trying to pull the wool over your eyes. But we have to have a middle ground that pulls the wool over off of both people's eyes and say, hey, look, here's the middle ground, people. Where is the middle ground anymore? Where has it gone? You're either a staunch Republican or a staunch Democrat, and you believe these hardline views over here, these hardline views over there, and the people in the middle are looking like, what about us? It just so happens that at this point in time, the Democrats have gone so far left that the people in the middle ground are now going towards the right. They're voting towards the right because they have a choice. Vote for these crazy things that the left is doing, or vote towards the right, which at least they're cohesive to some degree, at least, in general. So, presenting transparency, disregard for the American people's interest for a fair trial and dismissal of the facts, Pelosi said. So in her opinion, but her camp, the other camp is the evil side. And then on the Republican side, they're saying, look, we don't believe the House's debacle was transparent, which I don't believe it was either. It was, just didn't feel right. It didn't feel right. And I've seen plenty of House and Senate trials, and this didn't feel like the meat of, look, we've got this evidence here, what say you to this evidence we have? It was a lot of, how did you feel? Or you heard this from someone who heard this, who heard this, who heard that. And a lot of, you're going to hear this, and then we don't hear any of it. We're going to give these charges, and then we don't get these charges. And then you're going to hear Trump explicitly say this and this and this and this in the phone call, and we don't hear that. And then we hear Zelensky himself saying, what? I don't understand what you're even talking about. The whole thing just feels weird, right? Leader McConnell's tactics are a clear indication of the fear that he and President Trump have regarding the facts of the president's violations for which he was impeached, she added. Okay, I can see her point of view on that, but also the way the Democrats and Pelosi and Schiff and their camp are behaving, and at least AOC isn't like in the ring swinging on this. It would make it look much worse. Trust me, it would. But it just seems to me like they're scared that they can't win a 2020 election. And in fact, I believe they're also scared that not only can't they win a 2020 election, but that they're going to lose a lot of seats. And so this is their only out, is to try to smear as much as possible and at least go down kicking and screaming. I don't know. I might be wrong. This is how I'm seeing it. And I'm a Democrat. I hate seeing this, and I hate saying this. It's just the people in the middle, the moderates, were like, We're politically homeless, number one. So it's like, damn. You know? Anyways, when asked at the Capitol about Pelosi saying she could send the articles, McConnell simply responded, "About time." That's the proper response. Anyways, I have ranted long enough, but I want your opinion on this. Will she send them? We'll see. That's all I got for you.